All right, what's up, Teen Scribe? It's your girl ScribeCash here, and I want to welcome you guys to this new segment called Rant of the Week. And so pretty much what the purpose is just one, for me just to have a conversation with you and let you know what's going on in my life and keep you guys updated. Two, crack jokes, have fun, and just kind of like talk about topics that, we enjoy talking about pretty much. Each week, I'm going to post one of these rants of the week, and you guys comment below and just stay tuned. We're going to start off on the lighter side. All right, so we're going to start off, obviously I'm 23, so that means that I'm dating, right? And dating is just like, it's something to navigate constantly. I just feel like as millennials, dating is probably harder for us than it was for like our parents' generations for several reasons. But I would say that one of those reasons just happens to be because it's just so accessible. Like, back in the day when you had to date, like you literally had to like get out of your house, get dressed up, go to a destination and hope at that destination you were going to find somebody specifically who matched your type. That's one option. Option two was to also like, it had to be through a friend or a friend of a friend. Or three, you went to church or you were in some type of group and you just, hopefully you found like who it was that you were going to date. Well, as a millennial, we have like a plethora of options when it comes to dating. And we don't even have to get dressed. We don't even have to leave our house to figure out who it is we like and why we like them. I.e. apps like Tinder, Soul Swipe, Bumble, you name it. And then just social media in general, like the world is accessible. That's a lot different from our parents. Like they had probably like 3-4 blocks. If they went to college, then okay, maybe they would meet somebody outside of the area that they were from. But like we have so many options and we have so many distractions. I feel like it really does make dating difficult. But not just that, like I think that social media has created like a cultural thing for us to just be dishonest. And like I blame like the quote unquote A-list celebrities for this, or the quote unquote rappers who like portray a lifestyle that's not even realistic for what it is that they're doing. Like if I really break it down, these people are renting cars. Even the cars in the music videos, 9 times out of 10 are not their car. So like when you know that as an artist, I know that because I'm around it. But like the regular person seeing it, they portray this life that's not really their life. So therefore, if you're quote unquote a normal person, you feel like you have to chase that life. And I'm like, that's unfair. They can't even achieve that themselves, yet normal people want to try to achieve. Like, it's not happening. It's a no. So thus we have this culture now where we think we have to lie about who it is that we are, make ourselves appear better than what it is that we are instead of just being ourselves. And for me as a female, and specifically as an honest female, somebody who goes out of my way to like try to make sure that I am who I am at all times, and that somebody loves me for me and not something that I'm not. When I'm honest and upfront with somebody, like I want to get that in return. You know what I'm saying? I really do want to get that in return. But 9 times out of 10, that is not what takes place. No, what takes place is that somebody appears to be something, and then you date them for like 3-4 months to find out they're not really that person. It's annoying. And so I'll give you an example, right? Like several examples. For example, you know that you probably shown up to that date, right? And you swiped the person on Tinder and you looked at that photo and you're like, oh, they're really cute. They're really sexy, right? So then it's time to show up to the date. Maybe you FaceTime, right, with the person. If you're a guy, you FaceTime with the girl. She probably had her hair done, face all beat, yada, yada, yada. So you believed it. But we're going to play what if. We're going to play what if you didn't FaceTime the person? Or what if you didn't really meet the person to the day of? You show up to that date and then you're seeing the person, you're like, oh my gosh. No, that's not you. That's catfish. Like catfish for real, right? So that's example number 1. That's the most common example, right? And then example number 2, like girls do this too, guys do it, but like guys, I feel like it's sad. It's sad. You guys have to lie in different ways. I don't know. Okay, we're going to bring this up and we'll see how many people have experienced this. But has anybody ever been catfished before? It's a thing. It is a real thing. Hatfishing is a thing. Now, I'm going to break down this definition. For those of you who don't understand, what is a hatfish? What is a hatfish? A hatfish is the dude you see in the pictures, right? Who always has a hat on. Has it on from the time you take the picture, even on the date, everywhere you go. You think he wearing a hat in a shower for all you know, because every time you see him, he has a hat on. And then things get intimate. At some point, you got to take the hat off. Then he takes the hat off, and you're like, dang, put the hat back on. There's a definite six head, like this, whoo, going on. You did not see that. Had you seen that, not saying you wouldn't like him for his personality, but the look factor thing would have weighed into the situation a whole lot more. Or he's got a receding cul-de-sac hairline, or one of them zigzag hairlines, and you got hatfish. You had no clue, because from the pictures, from the date, from FaceTime, every time you saw this man, he had a hat on. That right there is wrong. Just wrong. And then dudes want to talk about females be wearing too much makeup and stuff. Like, okay, you know what's makeup? A beard. A beard is full makeup. It's literally 50% of your face is being covered. 50%. You look like a different person. Look, I'm all here. My favorite player. Y'all know my favorite player. My favorite player is James Harden. And I love that man, because when he hit that step back, that thing is cold. It's cold, right? And I mess with him. I really do. But you guys have seen the pictures of him before a beard and after a beard. Now, I have to say, it is a drastic and dramatic difference between James Harden without a beard and James Harden with a beard. Not to say the man wasn't handsome, but it's a difference. And so I'm going to put forward that is another form of lying. Beards, hats, all that lying. Now, I have to be fair. If I'm going to talk about the fellas, I have to talk about the ladies too. And here's how I'm going to talk about the ladies. Ladies, I'm all here for hair and makeup, right? I think it's great. But I feel like hair and makeup should just be an enhancement of who you are as a person, not a cover-up of who you are as a person. For example, if you take your face off and you look like a drastically different human being, I'm not necessarily here for that. Because I feel like, in a sense, that is a lie. Now, it is one thing. Now, mind you, I have a best friend who literally loves hair and makeup. Like, the way I love music and film, like, she beats her face and does her hair every single day, regardless if she leaves the house or not. So I'm not talking about that. If hair and makeup is a passion for you, that's one thing. That's something you're passionate about. It's an art form for you. Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the females who feel the need to wear hair and makeup because they don't have confidence in who they are as an actual person. Now, if that is you, I'm here to tell you, you're lying. You're literally lying. You're lying to people on a daily basis about who you are instead of just having confidence in who you are as a person. Just rock what you got. You got bumps on your face? Cool. People get bumps. It's okay to have bumps. All right. Nothing wrong with it. But, like, for example, there was this story. It was so classic, right? This couple had gotten married, and apparently the husband had never seen the wife without makeup on. And they went through the whole dating process. I don't know how you fake that. What do you do? Beat your face when you wake up in the morning? You wake up before him and do it? I don't know. Somebody tell me in the comments how this works. But they were dating for months. I think maybe even years before they got married. They got married, and I think it was like 2 or 3 days after they got married, she took her makeup off and was a whole different person. The man divorced her. And I'm like, well, it should have been about looks anyway, but I feel it. He felt like he was being lied to. Like he was being, betrayed. Like, and I understand it. It's a lie. It is a lie. Right? Okay, moving on. The third way. Now, look, I don't know that this is a lie, but I do have a question. Like, when it comes to wigs, at which point do the wigs come off? Like, when do they come off? Because I feel like, how do you keep that on during sex? Like, I'm not talking about the sew-in ones, that stays in, but, like, the loose ones, like, how do you navigate it? So I asked my friend, the same friend that just is in love with hair and makeup, right? She wears wigs because she loves to switch up her hair. Like I said, if that's what you like to do, rock it. Cool. And she said, I be swiping their hands in the middle of sex. I be having sex and I be getting their hands off and being sex. I'm like, oh my gosh, because he can't touch the wig unless the wig is gonna come off. I'm like, for me, that's too much work. I don't have the time to be doing that, bro. I do not have the time and energy. First of all, sex takes energy anyway. Second of all, swiping during, can you imagine, like, just avoiding the issue? You're not even enjoying yourself. You're so busy making sure that he doesn't see you without your wig on. Like, what point do you take it off? I'm like, okay, if I was wearing wigs at a certain point in a relationship, I feel like he should be able to see my natural hair. And if the wig come off during sex, it should just come off. He should be just throwing that thing and just put it back on, like, and rock with it, right? You feel me? You feel me? Next, I want to talk about, it is the holiday season coming up. And so a lot of people are like, you guys are like me, we're dreamers. You know, we have big dreams and we chase things. And a lot of times what happens if you're young and you have a big dream, people that are older than you or have quote unquote done it before or just have a different outlook or I would say their expectation as to what it is you're supposed to be chasing, how soon you're supposed to be getting it, can be very negative and discouraging. And then not just that, so let's be specific right here. Parents specifically can discourage you when it comes to chasing your dream or just having opinion when it comes to certain things. And my thing is, if I can ask for your opinion, do not give your opinion, right? Can you feel me on that? Because I didn't want it. Not only do I not want it, but I don't care about what it is. I'm just telling you what it is that I'm going to do. Like, let's say, we're just playing with it. If I wanted to be an astronaut, I came home and I was like, Mom, I'm about to go be an astronaut. She's like, no, you're not. You're not going to be an astronaut. I don't think you should do that. That's not a smart choice. Did I ask your opinion of what it is that I was doing? Or did I tell you I'm going to go be an astronaut? I told you I was going to be an astronaut. So regardless of whether it is you believe it or not, or whether you think it's a good idea, it's my life choice. And therefore, I'm able to do what it is that I want to do as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. And you can't let that stop you because somebody's had a negative outlook. Because if you really break it down, what happens, and I'm not saying this is my parents because it really isn't my parents, but I'm saying that parents and people who care about you, what happens is because they haven't achieved what it is that they wanted to do. Their dream was so big and they settled for something less. They feel like they're protecting you by telling you not to believe in your dream, or not to go after something, or be reasonable about something. You don't need to be reasonable about your dream. That's the whole point of a dream. It's supposed to be big. It's supposed to be as big as you want it to be. And if you work for it, if you stay dedicated towards it, you're going to get that dream, regardless of whose timeline is on. Who knows? It could take 10 years, or it could take 1 year, or 6 months for you to get there. But it's not up to them to stop you from achieving what it is that you want to do. And that is the major key. Major key. And at the end of the day, if you really believe in yourself, you believe in your vision, you're focused on what it is that you're supposed to be doing, then nothing's going to stop you from getting there. So I have to say, regardless if it's a parent or a friend or a sibling or even a teacher, don't listen to people who haven't done it themselves. Just because you didn't do it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be able to do it. Doesn't matter how big or how large it may seem to you or to them, you're capable of doing that. And so, nice little segue here. What made me think of that is today, Ava DuVernay, if you don't know who that is, she's a director and a writer, just got $100 million. Hold up. Let me hit you with $100 million. $100 million deal from Warner Brothers, right? And she was originally just in the industry doing PR, marketing, press in the background. Wasn't even really thinking about a director. She didn't make her first film. She took $6,000 and made her first film in 2005. She didn't get her first major film, which was Selma, that she directed, until 2014. And here we are in 2018, and she's just now getting a Warner Brothers deal. That's 2005 to 2018. Can you do the math on how many years it took her from the start to get her $100 million deal? And that's the thing. You have to think about the big picture of things. Not to say that money is everything, but a lot of times the reason why people are telling you not to do something is because they don't see an immediate income coming in. Literally. Like, you see how many years for $100 million. She started off with a $6,000 budget. Can you imagine what her budgets are for her films now? But what if she would have stopped? What if she would have listened to somebody telling her, oh, you're not going to get that. That's going to take too long. That's too big of an idea. There's no black film directors and there's no black female directors. So what makes you think that you're going to be able to be successful at it? Imagine if she would have listened to that. And this is the point that I'm trying to get to people. Do not miss this right here. The key is, if you believe it, then you can achieve it. Nobody can stop you from that. Nobody. Which is why I keep going on a daily basis. Anyway, that's my rant for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Always new music on the way. Always new things on the way. But most importantly, I love you.